Greetings, YouTube. Happy Sunday. You are staring at a picture that, in some cases, is hard to believe. In other cases, I guess it's not. You see, Silver Surfer, in terms of utility and effectiveness, has appeared to be somewhat of a dud. I'm not saying he's a wet noodle quite necessarily. I'm not saying he's a meme champion, but he's not the greatest champion ever created. I'm not saying this is like a century level disappointment, but in terms of taking that guy up to 565 and using him every day or rank 2 as a 6-star, the verdict's still out, but it seems for the moment like the celebration of being a top champion was premature at best. However, one thing cannot be argued about Silver Surfer, and that is the number one prestige in the game. And we know in top alliances that prestige means everything, particularly in Alliance Quest. So, the hype surrounding Silver Surfer breaking the 5-star featured arena score was there all weekend long, and I saw a lot of predictions that I shook my head at. I saw a bunch of predictions somewhere between 70 and 75 million, and that seemed crazy stupid low. Because we have to remind ourselves that there is history to examine. And that history is just a couple weeks ago when Dr. Doom was the aforementioned highest prestige champion in the game. Did not last very long. His doom was definitely foretold. But the Doctor himself put up 82.9 million in round 1 and just slightly under that at 82.3 million in round 2. Essentially 83 million in the first round and 82.5 million in the second round. So the idea that Silver Surfer's prestige would be higher than Dr. Doom's, but somehow the scores would be 10 million lower is not historically a smart prediction. And I hope that this arena reminds people, regardless of whether or not bots are involved or thousands and thousands of units worth of refreshes are involved, that when it comes to a top prestige champion, even if gameplay-wise they're a bit of a dud, it doesn't matter to those top alliances because the prestige race is still the prestige race. And with that being said, finally, congrats to Muhammad Ida. I'm sure you probably thought you were much more safe than position 139 out of 150 with 90 million. This is making me think not just that 85 million wasn't safe, but maybe not even 86. We will hopefully know in the next hour what place 150 was, but regardless, I cannot believe personally that 90 million arena points, a score that only 6 months ago might get you number 1 in place in quite a few of like the regular 5-star featured arena, is barely 11 spots clear of the minimum goal that you need for this 5-star featured champion. It is it's inflation. And we know that the arena picks and chooses based on the community when these scores go high. It's not like Massacre blew everybody's mind. First round 32.5 million, second round barely above 29 million, and that is about average and has been since the 5-star featured arena was announced. But in terms of new champions, hype champions, and especially top prestige champions, you just have to think, as it continues, as the trends continue, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but historically you just have to talk about data and reflect it. You could be talking about 95 to 100 million points for place 150 if this continues. If this isn't a sign for the 5-star basic arena, I don't know what is. But even then, if it's a new champion, it's a prestige champion, who knows if any of the people would be tempted to go for the basic and the 5-star, particularly since Cavalier Crystals have made 5-stars drop rates and the accessibility of regular 5-star champions so much easier to get. So, what do you think about 139th place being 90 million points? We have never seen this before. It could be 87 million as a cutoff. If it's 88 million, I'll be pretty shocked, but then again, maybe it will be. Maybe it'll be 89. I don't know. This is brand new to the contest, and this is something of the likes we have never seen before. I would just like to say that in terms of like giving up a weekend, there are going to be so many people who spent 3 days grinding, took time away from, real life, and still didn't pull the champion. And that's really sad. And it's also really crazy to grind this much and not get a champion in a mobile game And people will say, well, good. They should have grinded harder. But it's just the inflation of the scores is out of control. And there are going to be a lot of people who say it's because of bots. I don't have proof of that. All I know is that the data suggests that the trend is going to continue, and we could see 100 million as a cutoff in 2020, which is absolutely insane. This in front of you is absolutely insane, don't get me wrong. So give me your thoughts on this below. Congrats to the summoner for barely making the cutoff, and so sorry to all of you that thought you were going to be safe at, say, 85 million, and you just realized that you got the top 10%. That's, man, that's brutal. Happy Sunday, YouTube. At least to the 150 who got 5-star Silver Surfer in round 1.